Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back again for Monday Night Football. As you can see, it's just me today. Chad is not here. He needed a day off after we came up 10 yards short on Jamar Chase for his play yesterday, which was a really good call. We just missed the Chase yards. It was Jamar Chase for a touchdown and 70 yards. Eric Henry for a touchdown and 60 yards. Would have cashed us out, but it is what it is. Chad needed a day off because of that. So we're going to roll just me solo today. We got the Rams plus 7.5 at the Packers over under 39.5. I don't have an official play on a side here or the over under, but if I had to take a lean on both, I'm leaning the Rams and I'm leaning the under. If you're getting Rams over a touchdown, I mean, come on, you got to take that if you're going to play a side here. You cannot take the Packers at over a touchdown or giving over a touchdown. No way I'm doing that this year, the way they've been performing, the way Aaron Rodgers has been performing. I think this will be a close game, probably low scoring, so I would take the under as well. Those are not official plays, but those would be the way I lean, especially the Rams. You know, I know we had those late game heroics on Thursday Night Football with Baker Mayfield, but was that Baker Mayfield and the Rams, or was that more so just the Raiders being prone to giving up these big leads? They do not know how to win games, especially when they go up early. So I think it had more so to do with the fact that they just blow leads. That's what they do. They were playing press man coverage on some of those last plays when the Rams needed a touchdown. It made no sense, but I don't want to take credit away from them. They did their thing. I just don't think that it'll happen like that again this time around. We got an indoor team playing in Lambeau Field in December. I mean, it doesn't bode well for them. Like you would think the Packers would win, but the way the Packers have been playing this season, I think that the Rams are definitely the play here. It's either Rams or no play. If you're taking the spread here, obviously makes no sense to take the Packers at the money line that juiced up. If you want to tease them down in a parlay, maybe to under a field goal, I could see them winning by a field goal here. But let's get into some player props because I think there's some value in the player props. I think much more value because at the same time, I don't want to fully back the Rams here. Where are the points going to come from if Aaron Rodgers and the receivers of Green Bay, Christian Watson, Allen Lazard, Randall Cobb, if they're playing well, they'll be able to put up points against this defense. And I just don't see where the Rams are getting points. So I don't want to fully back the Rams, but I would definitely lean that way. There's no way I'm backing Aaron Rodgers and this Packers team over a touchdown right now as favorites. But here's a play I really love. Kyren Williams over 17.5 rushing yards, minus 110 on FanDuel. He's hit this in 2 out of his 3 games so far. In the second game, he didn't. He had 3 carries for 9 yards, but he did hit this on 3 carries last week against the Raiders. 3 carries for 19 yards, so that was able to hit this. The Packers, they've allowed 18 plus to rushing yard or 18 plus rushing yards to 2 running backs in 10 out of 13 games this season. The Packers' run defense is 30th in yards per game and 30th in yards per rush, giving up 5 yards per carry. So Kyren Williams gets 4 rushes, gets 3 rushes for 5.5, 6 yards per carry. He can hit this easily. It's the perfect matchup to do it. I think Cam Akers, he's obviously going to be getting most of the touches, but Kyren Williams, he can perform as well. Like I said, 2 running backs have gone for at least 18 against the Packers in 10 out of 13 games this season. One of those games where it didn't happen was like the Titans with Derrick Henry. He had 87 yards on his own, but they didn't really need to give anyone else the rock. And then the Bucks. The Bucks didn't get any either. I forget who the third one was, but we're not expecting the Bucks to get any rushing yards, right? We're expecting the Rams to maybe go with a heavy run game here because the Packers, they're really good in pass defense. They're third in yards allowed. So I think it'll be a good strategy to get the run game going, maybe hit them with some play action pass later on. Maybe, it'll help out Baker Mayfield against this pass defense of the Packers. So I like them to feature both running backs. I think Kyren Williams will get at least 6, 7, 8 carries. And if he gets that many carries, he's easily hitting this number. If you want to get some juice, if you really like him in this game, in this spot, take him for 25 plus on FanDuel, 40 plus if you want. This is one that you could ladder because the number is so low to begin with. So you could ladder this with like a unit on this, and then, half unit on 25, half unit on 40. If he does have a big game, you're cashing out pretty good. But I got 1 unit on him for that, right? The next pick I'm going to take is I'm going to put 1.3 units on Mason Crosby for over 1.5 field goals made. It's minus 128 on Caesars. That's why we're going to put 1.3 units to win 1. We'll use that other 7/10 of a unit on the same game parlay coming up. This hasn't hit much for the Packers. They haven't kicked many field goals this year, but the Rams defense in the red zone, they're very good. And that is where the Packers have struggled this year. So the Rams, they're second in red zone touchdown percentage, so they don't give up touchdowns when you get that close. Usually, um, two field goals versus the Rams have hit in 8 out of 13 games this season, but it's been six straight. So their defense is really tightened up when teams are in scoring range, and they've been only allowing field goals. So I like this play here. We're gonna eat a little bit of juice, but like I said, we'll I think it's a good play. So hopefully we win. We're gonna win a unit because we're gonna spend a little more on it since we're eating juice there. And then next we got Robert Tunyon over 22 and a half receiving yards at plus 110 on Caesars for one unit. It's only hit in 7 games this season, but this is a good spot to get right for him, get him back on track. The Rams, last 7 games versus tight ends for the Rams. Now, this is every tight end. This isn't just one tight end signaled out, but for the Packers, Tunyon is pretty much the only tight end. The Rams' last 7 games versus tight ends, this number at the rushing yards or receiving yards at 23 has cashed in 5 out of 7, and they've also scored touchdowns in 5 out of 7. You'll see why that is important when we get to the parlay here. The last play here, oh, sorry, I didn't even have that up there, but there it is, Robert Tunyon. The last play here, we're taking a risk-free BetMGM first touchdown score on Aaron Jones plus 550. Look, this is a flyer. We're just taking a guess here. Aaron Jones, hopefully he punches one in if they get down there first. I definitely didn't want to take the Rams first. I don't know if the Rams will even be able to get a touchdown, so that's why I didn't want to take that. So I'm going Aaron Jones here for that, and then we have our same game parlay, which I actually have to add in here real quick so I can show you guys. Give me 1 second. Is that it right there? No, that was from last week. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to add this in here, but we do have a same game parlay with a 7/10 of the unit, or not 7/10. Yeah, 7/10 of the unit. I meant. Yep, that's correct. Sorry, I'm looking for this. Getting distracted over here. 1 second. It's loading up. All right, so the same game parlay here that we're going to throw for tonight. Robert Tunyon for a touchdown. Like I said, tight ends versus the Rams in the last 7 games have scored touchdowns in 5 of those. So I like that. Christian Watson for 40 yards. We're not asking for a lot. Van Jefferson, 25 yards. Not asking for a lot. He's probably going to be the number 1 target today. And we're going to take the Rams for under 15.5 total points. That brings us to plus 26.17. We're going to risk 7/10 of a unit to win I think 18 or something like that. So yeah, I love this play here. As long as we get Robert Tunyon for the touchdown, I think the rest hits. I don't know where the Rams are going to get any points from, but they should be able to do a bit some yardage for Van Jefferson there. So I like this play. And also, if only one leg doesn't hit on FanDuel right now, it is risk-free. So if we lose by one leg, we get the bet back. We use it Thursday night. That's all I've got, though. So we got Kyren Williams over 17.5 with 1 unit. We're going to put 1.3 units on Mason Crosby over 1.5 field goals made. We're going to put 1 unit on Robert Tunyon over 22.5 receiving yards. And then we're going to take this risk-free up to $25 on BetMGM. Why not? It's a 2-for-1 if he doesn't hit. We'll use it Thursday. And our parlay, once again, for you guys. Robert Tunyon touchdown. Christian Watson, 40 receiving yards. Van Jefferson, 25 receiving yards. And the Rams under 15.5 total points. Plus 2.617. We're getting great value. All we need is that Robert Tunyon touchdown, and we should be good. That's all I got for Monday Night Football. Rams plus 7.5 at Packers over under 39.5. Let me know what you think about the picks in the comments. Let me know what you're taking tonight. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends. Let's all eat tonight. We're up 18 units going into Monday night on week 15 so far. So the worst we can end up is plus 14 units for the week. That'll hit us right at 60 units since week 7 when we started officially tracking. That's all we can ask for, right, guys? Let's keep cashing out. Let's make some money. Best of luck betting everybody tonight. Peace.